Hello! It's time for another episode of How Did I Get Here? The erratically produced podcast that seems to be getting more and more erratically produced. Anyways, I've got another episode. Singer-songwriter Victoria Bigelow. It was an awesome conversation. I say that about all of these. We had a good time talking, we really just kind of geeked out about music. It was kind of nice. Her latest record is Songs for No One Volume 2, which is released back in May on Immortal Records, which I think was Korn's original label too. Don't fact check me on that. I could be very much wrong. Anywho, really good chat. Songs for No One Volume 2 is out now. Her latest video, Forever Now and Then, is linkable somewhere, wherever you are enjoying this podcast from, wherever the information section is, there'll be a hyperlink. And if there isn't a hyperlink, then I did something terribly wrong. Victoria may or may not be touring soon. Once she's got some tour dates up, I will add them to the mix. And yeah, before we listen to the chat, why don't you listen to my favorite song off the CP, a clip of a song called The Kids.
I'll take it up with you instead. I don't wanna talk, just wanna keep my loud voice down.
So this is a career journey podcast, which is interesting because you are kind of at the beginning of your career journey in a lot of ways. And also, you are a really, really hard woman to research.
I am?
Yeah, I keep trying to find stuff about you to kind of as a jumping point. And yeah, so this is going to be really fun because you can create whatever identity for yourself that you please.
Cool. Yeah, I was unaware that I had an air of mystique. But I am a total open book, so yeah.
Maybe that's the problem is the yeah I don't know what I was getting at there. My brain ran out.
It's all good. I get
it. So I start all of these with the same question and kind of run from there. And this could be a song, this could be an experience, this could be something general, something specific. But what was the thing that made you decide that music was your focal point in life?
Well, I knew really young that I wanted to, when I was young, for sure, I thought I wanted to be in the performing arts world, like Broadway or musicals. And then I got really into Alanis Morissette and Taylor Swift at the same time. They were kind of like, opposite ends of the spectrum, but I was pretty amazed by I was also like a really big Michelle Branch fan. This was back in 2005, 2006. So I think just women writing music was really cool to me. And I when you're young, everything's kind of nebulous. Like you don't know who's writing the songs or where they're coming from. So I thought I wanted to just be a singer. And then I got a voice teacher who was like, you should learn to play the guitar and you should write songs. And then when I wrote my first song, it just blew my mind. And I felt this like this sense of purpose that I hadn't really experienced before. And that was it. That was all I needed to know, that this is absolutely all I want to do with my time. So
I love that was literally three different generations of artists that you
I
pulled
know,
out.
right? It's like Alanis, Michelle, Taylor, and
Mm.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's funny because I do kind of think of Michelle Branch as a bridge between the two.
Totally. Well, because I mean, her career was so iconic. I mean, I feel like she released two like amazing records at such a young age. She kind of was, I mean, Alanis too. She obviously had a very different journey in her career because she was a pop star in Canada first, but all of them, the major similarity there is like amazing, brilliant writers who had these hit records at really young ages. And I was extremely inspired by that.
Yeah, and I mean, I also like that it's three artists that didn't have like somebody that was really molding them. I mean, I guess
Mhm.
maybe you can say that Glenn Ballard molded that for that big Alanis album, but yeah, it's
All
three.
pretty self-directed. Yeah, I mean, I think especially during that time, like we're seeing now more and more, it's more of a regular occurrence for like an artist like Olivia Rodrigo to have a hit record, but it's only she's the sole writer along with her producer. You know, back in
Mm,
like the 2000s, I feel like that was still not to say that there's not like a
mm,
shit ton of writers on
yeah.
hits now, but I feel like especially in the 90s, 2000s, there was very much that like machine behind
Mm,
things. So it wouldn't be unheard of for, you know, like I'm not super familiar with Avril's work, but I loved some of her early records. Like
mm,
I'm With You is one of the greatest songs ever. And I know that Butch Walker was involved on one of those records, but like those songs probably have like three or four writers. So it wasn't unheard of for these like powerhouse vocalists in the alternative sphere to still have like a bunch of writers. I think it was really cool with like Alanis, Taylor, Michelle. All of those songs were either co-written with just one other person, primarily their producer, or it was just them, which is really, you know, I mean, I think it's just a testament to how great the music is and how great of writers they are.
yeah, I do think there's some complexity with the multi-writer thing in the major label world because
Mm.
a lot of those a lot of folks are in the mix that have contributed a small amount.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, because like I do think what was that Michelle Branch Santana song
Yeah.
was pretty heavily workshopped, but I still think, yeah, I remember seeing Michelle Branch solo acoustic in the weirdest setting. It was like a kickoff party for some app.
Hmm.
Um, and she played her original demo effectively of the song, which was a started out as a bluegrass song.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, that this is great. And yeah, there's like I can't remember the number of writers on that song. I also it's weird to go into Michelle Branch lore because I don't get that opportunity very often at all. So God bless you.
It is weird. I know. Well, I feel like she's had such an interesting career.
Hmm.
You know, some very interesting things have happened for her.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of ups and downs.
Hmm.
I don't want to get into the Black Keys thing at all.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, so your eyes get wide. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I don't my husband and her used to be really close friends and I only got the opportunity to meet her like once. Um so I don't really know her that well, but it's so strange because she's someone that from a really young age I looked up to for a long time. Um but you know, I mean as far as the Black Keys stuff goes, everything seems to be good now,
yeah,
which is all that matters because there's kiddos involved and
yeah.
you know, it's like sometimes shit happens,
Mhm.
you know, and
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah, although I do want to talk influences, and I know that's such a boring thing to talk about for a lot of people, but like you named three fairly like established acts
Hmm.
that I I don't think you sound like any of them
Mhm.
on any level, and like you have that gosh, I'm tripping over my words trying to explain, because there's that like warm dissonance thing happening with you. Um, and like if I were to like pull anybody out of my head that like I thought you were listening to is like, I mean, I guess anyone that knows you, Mazzy Star is part of your
Yeah,
world,
love,
but
love.
like I kept thinking like Tanya Donnelly, Nico Case.
Oh, I love Navy Face. I don't know who the first person is that you just said.
Oh, so Tanya Donnelly, same era as Alanis Morissette. She was the lead singer of the band Belly.
Awesome.
I've actually had her on the show. um,
Putting that, I'm gonna look that up right after this.
I think Belly was nominated for Best New Artist 2 years before Alanis won
Well,
it.
yeah,
Eh,
that's like right up my alley. So,
Yeah, but like there's like a shoegazeness. There's just like this dark the oh the reverb that makes me feel kind of giddy. Um,
mm, I love reverb. I love it.
yes. So like you it's not pop. So how did you what brought you into the weirder sides of country, for lack of a better
Well,
word?
it's cool that you say country because that's all been like very unintentional. So when I first started writing, I wanted to be Taylor Swift. I was 12 when I started. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. She can do it, I can do it. And my first EP, um, which is still out there, which is like it's the most embarrassing thing in the world. But I put out my first EP and it was like all country. And then in the same breath of me like listening to Michelle and Alanis and Taylor, I was also getting really into like Amy Mann and Poe and some darker music. As far as shoegaze goes, like now, I mean, definitely like in my spare time, I feel like I'm listening to either, I don't know, like Leonard Cohen or My Bloody Valentine
Mhm.
or Beach House or the Sundays. Like I really love just like organic singer-songwriter stuff. But I also really love like if I were to ever do a side project, it would be probably something that is very directly shoegaze because it's just one of my most listened to and most favorite genres of music. Um, but I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Oh
Um,
no, that's the whole point of
there's
this.
like this like darker country thing. It's been kind of unintentional for a long time. I went really out of my way to reject anything that even sounded like country because I was I was just like kind of embarrassed of my past and putting out a country EP and moving to Nashville at a young age and I think it's a weird homecoming of sorts. The older you get, like you hate where you're from, but then you kind of return to it and you have this like newfound appreciation and love for it. So I was raised in Marietta, Georgia. And so I think there was a lot of me that like just hated anything to do with the semblance of country, whether that be like ideology or sound or whatever. Um, so it's been cool, especially like specifically on this most recent EP, kind of going out of my way to maybe incorporate some elements that I do really love, and that do remind me of home when I was younger. So that's I think kind of how I've arrived there.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because I think Kids is the one of the noisier songs, and it kind of really balances those two very nicely.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, God, Kids is a great song. Um,
Appreciate that. Thank you.
but so although you also like, I've realized I don't actually know how old you are. Um, and the going blue. Am I getting the name right? I hope I'm not messing that one up because that would be embarrassing. Um, that's such a potent song that covers a lot of time. And what was it like? Not only like unleashing that song to the world, but like allowing something so heavy as a single.
Um, you know, I wrote that song a while ago, and I my husband and I, who I did this entire EP with, we did it at our house. Um, I was just like pulling up some old stuff, just like digging through my archives, and he heard that and was like, "Whoa, we should." It was like a piano ballad. And he was like, "We should totally do this," which was it was cool. It was really cool to revisit it, you know, a few years later and what it means to me now. And as far as I remember, like the day that we recorded the music video when we were shooting it, I like actually started to cry. But that's like that's why I do this. Whether you know only like 20 people hear it, I don't really. That's not really what it's about, you know, because it's like there's something real there that is felt and kind of bottled within that song, and you know maybe there's someone out there who can relate to that feeling, and maybe they'll feel like a little less like fucking alone in whatever it is they're going through, you know.
Yeah, I think what I love about a song like Going Blue, um, on top of like somebody that doesn't that's go been through a similar been through addiction fundamentally in their life can hear that and feel warm. I I haven't, and it's one of those rare songs where it felt like, oh, this makes sense, as opposed to, oh, this is just kind of a trauma dump, for lack of a better word. Like
Yeah.
I a good songwriter helps somebody feel not alone. A great songwriter helps somebody understand what they wouldn't. That broadens their horizons, if you will.
Yeah. That's
Um,
that's really nicely put. I mean, I think that it's very in vogue right now. I call it word soup. To like let me put as many fancy words together and like throw out all these like literary references and uh or like kind of dress up like a very ordinary trip to like Walgreens or something, you know. And I think it's cool to like romanticize daily life and put that in your songs, but it can come across sometimes as like, you know, like derivative or like trauma dumpy, you know, when you're trying to fit a lot in there. So it's difficult because you're constantly playing this game with yourself. Like, okay, is this coming from like a really authentic place? Like, am I saying this because I need to say it, you know? And that one for sure, I think, you know, the overall theme is like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And that can apply to anything, to like living or to the society that we've built or to being a parent or to getting sober or to, you know, like I think it can apply to anything. And I think when I wrote it, even though I had a very specific thing I was writing it about, or like my struggle with like depression or whatever, um, I kind of knew that like this is this is definitely how a lot of people feel. And um, yeah, I do hope that someone out there feels comforted by knowing that like none of us know what we're doing, and I don't think people aren't very often to walk around saying like I have no idea what I'm doing or like I'm terrified, you know. So happy to do that.
uh, thank you for putting your heart out there. And yeah, you're a really good songwriter, plain and simple.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
to and to lighten things up a little. So, in addition to me recognizing you as a good songwriter, uh, I caught that you managed to get on Willie Nelson's curated South by Southwest showcase.
Mhm.
How did that happen?
It was like a total accident.
Mhm.
Um, a friend of mine DM'd me on Instagram and was like, you should, because you apply to be like one
Mhm.
of the artists. And I had never heard of Luck Reunion, like a noob. I had never heard of it. And so I applied and then kind of forgot about it. And then they emailed me like a month and a half later and they were like, hey, you did it. So it was like it was amazing. It was so awesome. We spent a week in Austin and I really like Austin. I have a bunch of family in Texas. Um and it was just really special. I think Austin is a really unique place and this industry sucks. Like it just sucks. And there's something really special has been preserved there to where it feels like people are still just making music because they love it. In Austin, it does kind of have this like bubble quality to it where there can be an artist that I've never heard of that has a very viable and like rabid fan base in Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, just in Texas in general. And I just think that's really cool. And there's just a really beautiful sense of like encouragement and community. And it's coming from a genuine place, not like a transactional place. So it was amazing. And like, just getting to be there at all, meet all these other amazing artists that I've looked up to. It was awesome. Yeah, it ruled.
Yeah. Do you know if Willie Nelson actually caught your set?
I highly doubt it. I
Mm.
I think especially like post COVID, um, I was side stage with some friends watching Tyler Childers, and then it was Willie that was going to come out next, and it was like when Willie was coming onto the premises, like everyone had to mask up. It was like a huge deal that he was rolling out there. So I highly doubt that, but that is fine because he's Willie Nelson. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was, yeah, gosh, that was 2021, right?
COVID?
The Luck, no, Luck Reunion was this year for you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was this year.
Okay, why did I think it was 2 years ago? I don't know. But yeah, it's been yeah, I mean, my day job is, you know, working in ticketing, and yeah, it's everybody has their own like comfort zone and their own like what they need to be able to perform. And yeah, it boggles my mind that any older performers are willing to go out there.
Yeah, I know. He the whole everything about Luck is extremely special. Like we went to they have this like banquet for like Farm Aid and all of these people that help put the festival on every year. And we were lucky enough to have been invited to that. And it was again, I mean, it was just like it was perfect. It was beautiful. Rolling up on his ranch, like that's a dream of mine is to own like a lot of land and have horses and chickens and like so everything about it was just like what a special thing and what a legacy to have for your life. Like you've not only created all of this brilliant music, but who you are as a person and like what you've tried to give back and what you have given back to your people and your communities, like it's become so much bigger than you. And yeah, it was really inspiring to hang out in that for a few days.
Yeah, and also to be in Austin during South by Southwest and being in something that wasn't performing in a 20-story tall Doritos vending machine.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we had one of those, but luckily it was just one.
Okay.
Um,
Wait,
but yeah,
you actually had a 20-story tall vending machine filled with Doritos?
I wish. Um, no, it was at this cute little bar though, and we were super stoked to be there. I'd never done South by Southwest before. And it's weird because like, you had said at the beginning, like this is the beginning of my career, but like for me personally and like emotionally and energetically, like I've been doing this for years, you know, like it's been like 4 or 5 years of consistently releasing music and like praying to the gods or whatever and like just trying to keep it as real as I can. So it's definitely been cool this year to get out there more and share the music with more people in like a real sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what does the future hold for you? Your immediate future, not your like 70-year plan.
My life. um Immediate future. I mean, honestly, I wish I could tell you that I had this like super cool plan for the next 6 months. I surely don't. Honestly, like the EP just came out, so I'm just kind of we have some shows coming up. We have a show in Tucson. We have a show in LA on July 18th at Hotel Cafe. So I think I'm just kind of like taking it a day at a time and focusing on those and just keeping myself open to whatever comes up. Like in a perfect world, I would love to be opening for an artist that I love and look up to in like the fall. But you just never know what's gonna happen. So I'm just I'm just living my life, writing my music, and I'm just gonna let whatever happen happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so the are you going like are we going to see like physical songs for no one or
I hope so. I really do hope so. That it's so expensive. It is
yeah.
like so I can't even get t-shirts made right now because I'm just like, dude, it's like I don't know how people are out here doing it. I gotta be honest with you. I do not understand it. More than anything, the goal. So I released Songs for No One Volume 1, Songs for No One Volume 2. The goal is to do like a deluxe version, like a physical deluxe version where like there's a side A and side B, and then it's both of those EPs. And I even have it like down to like, this cover is yellow, this color is blue because they are opposite each other in the color wheel. Like I have like a whole thing that I want to do there, but it's really just a matter of like, can I financially execute it? But yeah, that's the goal is like a physical version of those projects together with a bonus track or two. So
Yeah. So right now it's kind of a I, I hope enough people listen to this to help get there.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
I
I mean, I know that's like it's we're in a really strange time because it's like never there's never been a better time to be an artist in some ways because you can just put a song on TikTok and it can go viral and like whatever. But in a lot of ways, it blows because it's so oversaturated and we're the most like exploited, the most underpaid, the most like art, at least in this industry, does not feel sacred at all anymore. It's just like AI is on our heels. Like it's really daunting. It's extremely just like, why am I even doing this? Why, but can't think like that for too long or like I will spiral. So yeah, I mean that's like the goal for sure is physical media when we
yeah.
can get
Yeah, the anxiety spiral is tough, but then also part of being an artist is anxiety spiraling.
yeah. It's like
Um,
necessary.
but yeah. So, do you think you're gonna do a full scale tour or like something?
Um I really would love to. I would love to. Again, a lot of that has to do with like really hard to get your foot in the door in that world without a booking agent or without like a manager. And I have neither of those things. So it's really just like I said, kind of remaining open to I really want to, and I'm open to whatever happens because I really, really, really want for badly.
Yeah, I do too. It's the main reason why I said ask your publicist to do this interview.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think it'll happen. Also, I am shocked to realize that you're doing this pretty much all on your own.
Yeah.
Like this is like the classic punk rock DIY sort of like aesthetic, but it's literally just you.
Oh yeah, no, like literally. I mean, I've been lucky enough. The only reason I have a publicist is because I got signed to a really small label,
Hmm.
and they've been able to help out like financially with some things like that. But also not to the extent of like, hey, let's order a shitload of vinyl, or you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's and I'm super grateful for them. Like that is like
Hmm.
my experience with them has been lovely. It's been so great. But yeah, it's genuinely, it is my husband and I. We do everything. I write all the songs, he produces them, we do it all together. I do all of my videos, we do all of my
Hmm.
videos ourselves, like just doing what we can with what we've got. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, it 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 it'll happen in time. I can again. I just yeah. I don't know. I get. I'm not going to say that I'm like good at predicting these things because everybody can have hunches about anything, but yeah, I want that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I think it's what's fucked up about this industry, and I think just like life in general, something that I'm really trying to learn is it feels like the harder you try to cling to an outcome or like a desire, the further away it feels. So
Hmm.
I think I've just been trying to practice like I just need to find my happy in just actual living, like moment to moment living. And all I can do is write the songs and put the music out, and
Hmm.
if things are supposed to coalesce in a certain
Hmm.
way, then they will. So I think I'm just like I'm trying to practice surrendering right now. Like, you know, I've done what I can do, so I'm just gonna keep doing it because I love it, and that's it.
Another day is ended, and I am all alone. Look at the water in the walls, and mold that's overgrown. Thought I'd be excited, I'm finally of age. There's whiskey in the freezer, I don't wanna celebrate. I don't know if I'm cut out for this, wish I was. Most days I'm not. It's the look my mother has when she says I'm going back, and she wonders if I'll always be this lost.